Example 3 says, a surveyor wants to know the length of a tunnel built through a mountain. According to her equipment, she is located 212 meters from one entrance of the tunnel at an angle of 57 degrees to the perpendicular. Also, according to her equipment, she is 119 meters from the other entrance of the tunnel at an angle of 14 degrees to the perpendicular. Based on these measurements, find the length of the entire tunnel. Do not round any intermediate computations and round your answer to the nearest tenth. So if we take a look at the picture that's drawn for us, here's the tunnel, and here's the triangles that she has set up. There are two right triangles that we are looking at, and our goal is to find the length of this whole thing right here. So we're going to break it down into two different parts. We have part X, and we have part Y. And so the length that we need to find altogether in the end is we want to find X plus Y. So we need to go ahead and use our trig functions to find X and then to find Y. If we take a look at X, our angle 57 here, we have the opposite and the hypotenuse. So if we have the opposite and the hypotenuse, we want to use the sine function. So we can say the sine of 57 degrees is equal to X over 212. And then to solve for X, we just need to multiply both sides by 212. And we get 212 times the sine of 57 degrees is equal to X. Now we're not going to plug that into our calculators just yet, because it does say not to round any intermediate computations. So we're going to wait till the end to plug everything in at once. Then what we need to do is we need to find Y. So if we look at Y, we have this angle 14. We have the opposite side and the hypotenuse. So again, we're going to use the sine. So we can say the sine of 14 degrees is equal to Y over 119. Multiplying both sides by 119, we know that 119 times the sine of 14 degrees is equal to Y. And then our last thing that we need to do is we need to add those two things up together. So we want to take the X value, which is 212 times the sine of 57 degrees, and add that to our Y function, or to our Y value, which is 119 times the sine of 14 degrees. And if you plug that in your calculator, you should get it to be about 206.6 meters. If you have any questions, please let me know.